Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. This is Saj, my kid's 19th favorite YouTuber. I've dropped down a little bit. Again, I keep on going a little bit between videos, so I'm going to try to go through and pick that back up. But really what I wanted to do today was go through and give you an update of my complete roster, also show a little bit of ground war, but mainly the update in the roster. A lot has happened over since my last video, everything from unlocking new characters to new controversies in this game, but also too I started a new guild. And so for me, like I said, a little bit of update, so here we go. Alright, so first thing showing off is going to be basically my new teams, my new squads, and so I have been working towards a Padme lead, basically a Galactic Republic group, and that's really what I'm going to continue to focus on. I still have not unlocked any of the big tier people. There's no Galactic Legends, there's no Revens just yet. But I do think that my team right now is starting to really pan out. And so since my last video, I was finally able to unlock General Kenobi. And so this guy, looking at the tier levels for all the characters, is always in the top. And so another YouTuber has him in the S tier, which is basically the top tier of the game. You have your Galactic Legends, and then you have the S tier, so which is really great. So he's been awesome. I've kind of shifted going through from unlocking, people in Cantina and other stores to really start to gear him up. Now, Kenobi, I will say, he is a pig when it comes to some of this gear. Man, it has been a beast. Everything from Cantina to the stun guns, it's been really kind of a beast. But I can say now, as of today, when he is 7, he will automatically be gear 12. So I think that is a huge thing. And, for me, looking at kind of his stats, man, this guy has some protection. I mean, protection. I mean, right off the bat, like right now, like I said, he's only 5 stars. He is going to be at gear 11, and he currently right now has over 60,000 protection. And so I went through and remodded him a little bit just to go through and kind of make it to where he's more on protection and on health, so that does help in a lot of ways. But yeah, he's the biggest accomplishment that I've had so far. He is modded all the way up to gold tier, as high as we can go. I went through and did all health, and so looking at it, health with a little bit of speed there. So other individuals I've been working on when it came to Boba Fett. Boba Fett now, I have decided to gear up people. And with that, I do need to go through and unlock Legendary Chewie, and to do that, I need some better bounty hunters. And so, one person that I thought right off the bat, just because I faced him multiple times in Grand Arena, he's kind of tough. So Boba Fett now currently is at 12. Technically, he is my first dark side character to be 12. So, I think so far it's been beneficial. I don't think I'm going to be able to beat Chewie with the current team that I have right now. I got Greedo up to 7, and then I have IG-88 up to 7, Dengar to 7, and then Cad Bane also. I just don't see that happening. Now, for looking at kind of the background and what's going on with usually the marquee characters and how quickly they become farmable, Mandalorian, and I did get this confirmed through the forums also, that he should be showing up probably within a week or so. And with that being the case, I am a huge fan of the Mandalorian, so I'm probably going to take all my energy and everything. And I'm really glad actually with Kenobi getting him up to where he needs to be, I'm going to be able to take that time. So my plan is to both get Grief and the Mandalorian up to 7 stars, and that's all I'm going to focus on until then. So hopefully with those, they'll be able to help out. Like I said, there's no Revens yet, but I am on the side kind of working on a couple things. Zalbar is going to be an everyday 1 or 2 times. I'm trying to go through to get him up. Mission and then T3M4 are the only 2 of that group that's going to be in Cantina, so I think those are probably going to be up to 7 stars before everything else. But I already have Bastila at 7, So that means that if I get Bastila, Mission, and T3M4, that means I only have Zalbar and good old Jolie. So it's not unheard of. It's not going to happen, but it's going to be a long time, especially because I just don't know where Mandalorian's going to fall. Man, if he's Cantina, I just would do backflips, but I can't imagine them doing that. They're probably going to do it on a mode where it's going to be a hard node, 20 energy, just to make it prolonged, like what they did for the last Resistance character. So moving on to where I'm at. Again, it's been a couple days, so Ahsoka is actually now going to be up to Relic 5, which is a big thing for me, and then Anakin is 5, so with those two and the addition of Kenobi, I'm not really worried too much about being under 100 now in Arena. It's just happening, and so in some of the gameplay that I have today in Ground War, you can kind of see how good Kenobi is, and he has this really good move to where he goes through, and it's called Lead the Charge, and basically all the Jedi will go through and follow with him. So there's usually a damage reduction based on who they are, but if it's with Ahsoka and with Anakin, there is no damage reduction. So for me, that's a big thing. I mean, with those two characters being my strongest, he really does just gives another chance for Ahsoka and Anakin to attack, which has been good for me. And then I've had it before with him getting hit so many times that the courage meter goes up to 32, which basically means he's going to kill anything that's going to be there, so which is going to be really nice. So that group, still looks like R2 did get kick out of it. I still think he was a really good help, but I think that Kenobi, even at 5 stars, is going to be better. Looking at who do I have left when it comes to Resistance. Resistance went through. Now our Jedi Training Rey is not just unlocked. She's also going to be Gear 12. She's also modded to where everything that she needs to be. I haven't got her up to the God tier yet when it comes to the mods, but she is at least gold, and so that is helpful. I do have one piece of equipment. It's actually a med pack that's going to give over 6,000. That's ready to go. I just haven't decided who I'm going to give that yet to. So that's kind of, you were able to see kind of some of the things on there. The big changes, like I said, it's going to be the bounty hunters are starting to get to be a little bit more usable. My main team is going to get just a little bit stronger with Kenobi. But one thing that did happen over the last couple weeks or so is going to be a new Mr. Luke. And so this is going to be the second Luke. We got Commander, and now we have Jedi Luke. There's been a lot of speculation and some complaints, actually, of this character. Again, just like the Galactic Legends, it's not going to happen anytime soon for me. So I don't really, honestly, cared too much, and it's a very cool character. I hope someday that I have it. I don't see myself getting a Galactic Legend anytime soon. The way my team's going through, I have a more likely chance to go through to get a General Anakin than I will go through to get anything else. But with that being said, one thing it is letting me do, I've always been a huge Darth Vader fan. I have a helmet downstairs of basically I spent way too much money on. And then I also, too, even on the back of my truck, I actually have a Darth Vader tailgate thing on there. So he's always been one of my favorite characters, but in this game, he hasn't been that good. And, of course, the first bit of money that I spent was $20 to unlock Darth Vader to not wait. Then I found out pretty quickly that he just wasn't going to make the cut. So, but I will say is you do have to have a Relic 3 Darth Vader. So what I am doing now is I'm actually going to start gearing him up on the side. Again, right now I'm kind of in a, getting Greedo and Dengar, get them up to at least probably 10. And then on the side also Darth Vader. So a lot of gear, I'm going to say gear is a lot different. Gear is not as quick gain as going through and getting a Cantina and getting someone up to 7 stars. When you go through and you use all of your energy in the day and then you only get like 7 of that gear, oh man, it feels like you just don't get those wins. So I do think that's one thing that I'm going to have to get used to. But I have a ton of 7-star characters. I just don't have a lot of characters that are above 8, gear 8. So, you know, I can win certain things, but my Darth Vader, I mean, currently right now, even though he's kind of a not great character as it is, he's not going to do anything at 8. So, but it does give, with having it to where we have Jedi Luke, I'm gonna be able to go through and actually like gear him up. He may even be my first relic character. We'll see. Again, I think what would make sense for me is I'm probably, you know, like I said, I'm gonna be a bit before I can get Kenobi. I do think the Mandalorian's gonna be a character that I'm gonna relic up, even though I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, but this is where, you know, the reasons why I like this game is because, you know, you can see these characters, you enjoy them. It's like Anakin. He's going to be my first Relic 7 character because, you know, of who he is. And that's why I think with trying to get gas, I think that's another person that it's General, you know, Anakin Skywalker. I have to go for him. And so, plus too, I mean, the commandos would be good too when it comes to, you know, any type of the raids. But so yeah, so like I said, when it comes to here, gearing up on the side, again, a few different things I'm working on. Who knows, at some point I may be able to go through and get one of the Revans. I'm not holding my breath, but you know, I have them there. They're in my favorites. I got 14 sitting right there, so they will take a back seat as soon as the Mandalorian goes. So, other news. I was with the Secret Rebellion Guild, and I was with them for a really long time. When I first started, we were only, I think, 20 or so total galactic power, and we got as high as 59. And it was really tough to leave the guild. Main reason why I did it was because, you know, we just weren't getting enough people that were actually trying, you know, to go through and get those raid tickets every day, and just people weren't taking as seriously as I'd want them to. Like, I consider myself a pretty serious player. I mean, I play every day. I wake up in the morning, you know, I get my daily stuff done, you know, and then throughout the day, I do not miss any type of energy, and then at the end of the night, you know, I'm working towards this every single day, and so I want to be around people that are in the same boat. I finally went over the 2 million galactic power, so that meant that I felt like I could probably go to a guild and not get kicked out, and so I was looking for them. I ended up going through and finding the guild that, well, actually first I'll say I went onto the message boards because I heard a lot of good people were, you know, reaching out to people to try to find higher end. I did find one. I got into the group. I looked at everything, and they didn't really do the things that I'd want them to. Like when they started a raid, they didn't set it to where there was a join period. They said, okay, first time you attack, you have to do a character with 0. I just didn't like that. You know, I like the idea of having it to where you have a 24-hour wait period. Everybody gets to join that needs to, and if you don't want to do it, then you don't have to do it. Just like right now with the tank raid, you know, there's some people that don't do it because they can go through and they could probably beat it rather quickly. So that's why for me it didn't work, and so then I ended up finding a guild called Hold My Beer, and you know, I don't know, it's just kind of funny to me that, you know, that's the name of it. But when I got there, we were 94 million, and I reached out to some of my other guild mates, and they came with me, and so that was really cool. That I guess I built enough of a relationship to where I was able to get some of them over. Right now we're currently at 101 million, and so that being said, we were able to go through and do that different type of territory battle, which in the end was the Geonosian, which we're definitely not going to be one of the best guilds in this, but you know, the rewards for that was so much better than just the traditional. Now, of course, with this new Luke event, they want Wampa, they want, you know, them, and then they want Hermit Yoda. I'm not going to be able to get those unless I start to really start getting in some of these guilds that actually start to do something that's going to be good. So that's why, for me, it was just smart. Now, the funny part was I left the other guild with I only had one more attempt needed to get Kenobi. So within the first 2 days, we actually, man, still gets me a little bit. But there's different time zones with these groups, and so we actually started the raid to where it would have been at 3 o'clock in the morning. And because I really wanted to get this done, I actually woke up and did some battling that early in the morning, and it went quick. I mean, the raid actually only lasted probably 20 minutes, which is way different than what I had in the previous guild. So, you know, I'm happy. I'm pretty excited there. Now the Rancor raids, that is definitely not going to be something that I have to worry about anymore. Now myself, I can actually solo it, especially now with having Jedi Training Rey and Luke and Han 7 stars. I mean, I can easily go through and finish that one up. So I really don't even try. Only reason I do sometimes do anything is just so I can get a few more of those guild currency, because with this gear, I mean, this gear crunch, I need as much as I can. So yeah. Then I will say, for the first time ever, we were able to finish the 7th level, the 7th heroic raid for the Sith, and it was just unbelievable. I mean, I tried everything I could, and I think I did, what, 1.4, 1.5 million, and then, you know, the leader of the guild, which is a big boy, as we call it, you know, I mean, you're talking 4 million plus, he went through and ended up doing 81 million. Just nuts. And so with that being done, we finally finished that, and I guess they were having a little bit of trouble to get to that point. So for me, I just was excited. I mean, Traya is a long way away from me, but it's a lot closer than what it was before, you know, so I'll take it. You know, I think that, you know, I think doing some battles with her, I'm still probably 100 away. But again, I think about having so many problems with these Geonosians. Like today, there's a Grand Arena going on, and I have problems with Geonosians if it's not my main group. So it's going to be nice to be able to have a Traya at some point that may be able to go through and help that. And so, I mean, actually, it's 68 out of 145, so I can't complain too much about that. So hold my beer. I'm with you. You know, I don't technically drink beer, but more of a bourbon guy, so I'll deal with this as much. But again, the one tough thing is going to be that I'm not an officer, and so to get some of these people, we had 50 and they had to boot some people, and I had to be the one that said, hey, do you mind if we do this? Can we do this? And even starting the raids, I mean, it's a good group of officers. There's 5 good officers, and they've had a lot of good communication. We don't do Discord or anything, but still, I'm pretty excited about it. So crazy, like I said, there's been a lot of fun stuff in this game, a lot of controversy too, and you know, currently right now, if you go on the message boards, there's a ton of people frustrated. Again, I still enjoy this game. I wish there was a little bit more things for me to do on a day-to-day basis. I still have a ton of tunes and a ton of gears that need to go up. I mean, I probably could play this game for a few more years before I even feel like I'm not able to accomplish anything. So, you know, I guess for me, the high-end people can definitely be frustrated, but us low-end people, we're just gonna plug away and enjoy it, enjoy the guild. So what's ahead? Gonna continue on and do what I need to. I'm really hoping that here in the next week or so, they release the Mandalorian a little bit earlier. I mean, I am gonna work on Kara, even though she is a rebellion character, but still. So I think she's gonna be fun. Well, hey, everybody, have a great one. Today is Father's Day, so if there's any fathers out there that's watching this that made it to the 19th minute of this, enjoy and have a great one. And enjoy your galactic, not your galactic heroes, because again, you know, enjoy your time with Star Wars. Everybody have a great one. Bye.